Okay, today we're going to discuss probably our top passing play as far as efficiency and the number of times we call it. And it's an option route. We run it out of both 2x2 and 3x1. We do a slight play action with it at times. Our main protection is typically some type of zone / gap protection. We don't really bob it. It'd be more like quick protection or kind of that flash fake to the back where you're faking the zone. So you can see real quick, we'll just kind of discuss the routes. We kind of give it a play side and a back side. And we use numbers to designate it. If we were to say 92 or 91, 72, 71, things like that, the last number is going to indicate which side is the play side. And so that outside guy would run the go route. He has a must outside release. We call it a protect fade, where he is really trying to either do one of two things: push the corner out of bounds or make the corner turn his hips. The closest guy to the quarterback, we call him the play side inside. He will have the option route, and basically he's going to either run 6 yards, and if he can take it and beat the guy deep, he'll go deep, or snap it off to an out route, or he may just sit it down as a hitch route, or he may bend inside like a post route. And we'll kind of get into a little bit of how we tell him what his options are. On the backside, our outside guy is going to run just a 5-step stop for us, and then if running into 2x2, our inside guy will run a seam, and we really want him to get up on the toes of a cover 2 safety or run down the hash and try to draw the attention of a free safety. Like I said, we also run this to trips, and when we do that, we stick with our rule. The most inside guy on the play side will run the option, and then number 2 is either going to run an arrow, a quick out arrow type route, or he'll run a bubble. If we're doing it out of play action, we flash fake to the back, we want him to run the bubble. If we do it out of any kind of quick, drop back, I guess, if you will, he'll run the arrow. So the trips, really what this turns into is Y stick. All right, so we're going to look at a few of the routes. Here it is again out of, this will be out of doubles. And so what you would have here, looks like we're running this up top. There will be my go route. This will be my option runner. He's the seam, and he's running the stop. What we tell our quarterback, and again, is to look. We want to always start weak side pre-snap. If we can throw the stop, we're going to throw the stop. And then if it doesn't look good pre-snap, then he'll work the play side. Again, versus here, you can see they've kind of just matched us up in an off man or a quarters concept, and so obviously he likes basically the out and the go situation here. So here this guy, our inside receiver is just going to run and break it out. So this was actually the first year we installed this play. See our quarterback footwork, we call that just a left right. We call it a gray drop, meaning it's kind of not really a a hitch step and open and reach and all of that. It's not a catch and throw. It's kind of in that gray area. So he'll catch and go left, right. I guess if I ever had a left-handed quarterback, it'd be right, left. But so that's what we call our gray drop, just kind of an off drop that's in a gray area. Really, it's just kind of give him time to let the option runner run his route. Right here, and I think we're running the option down here at the bottom. Again, same thing. He should look up top. Does he like the stop route? There's our seam runner. It's got the protect fade. The slot here is going to run the option route. I'd like here to do a good job by our outside receiver and really just dropping his head and running and getting this corner to open and run with him. Again, we don't really, this was a much better route. We just tell him, you run that thing and snap it off, speed cut it. We don't try to we don't want to do is we don't want him to sink his hips and stutter and make this like any kind of comeback or a distinct break. We just want to round this thing off, quarterback throw it, hopefully at that 6-yard mark. All right, so now let's kind of talk a little bit about what this guy is thinking, and what kind of determines what his options are. We try to limit it to really 2 choices, but it all starts with if the middle of the field is open or closed. So again, just on paper, he can run, a seam. If he can run by the guy, he can run an out, he can run a stop, or he might run a skinny post in here. So with the middle of field closed, obviously the skinny post is out, versus soft coverage, or that's medium coverage. He's probably not going to run a stop. So what he's going to do is he's going to come off and try to run by this guy, so that it looks like we're running verticals here on the free safety, and he gets him to push. As he gets to 6, he'll just roll it out. All right, so what that tells the quarterback now is he's got 1 high. If he doesn't like to stop pre-snap, then what he'll do is he's really just going to work the option back to the seam, because again, if he's eyeing this option route and stays too long, typically that brings the free safety to it, so he can go backdoor in the seam, and we tell this backside number 2, hey, you've got to beat the underneath coverage on your seam route, and you got to get on that hash. So we go to another look. Okay, here now, middle of field is open, so he's going to really try to come off and run. If this guy were to open, kind of buzz his feet to the inside, if he can run by him, he'll run by him, or break the out, he'll take away the post. If this guy were to widen and they turn it into cover 2, then he may skinny that right there to the middle of the field. So that's really what he's thinking here. Now we have a saying on this play that says, when in doubt, run the out. Here he's a little short with it. We'd like him to get to 6. Again, this was year 1 of this play. You can see a little bit of our quarterback on his gray drop. Now we've got really deep safety, hard corner. Looks like this guy's going to blitz. So this is what we just say, look, if don't run through open grass. If this guy were to blitz, just sit down and we're going to throw you the ball. He's got to take a really hard outside release, because if the option runner breaks it out and this guy comes off, he has got to get away from this safety so we can throw that one ball, that line drive ball, into that side pocket. You can see we're doing a little bit of checking here to see if we want to stay with it, or really we may have called this the second time. So good job by our outside receiver here, really getting this guy to turn. I mean, they're playing cover 2. I think they were giving up the zone over here to the field. Looks like it's 2nd and about 7. And it's raining like cats and dogs off and on in this game. But anyway, our outside receiver does a great job of turning the corner. We tell him anytime we can see his face on film, you've done a good job. A slot receiver recognizes that it's blitz. Hey, he knew it was cover 2 pre-snap, so he's just going to sit in this grass and make the Mike and the safety have to really cover down to him. He probably should have went outside with it when he caught it, but good job recognizing. Again, they do it again. We see it. Okay, here's an example where our quarterback didn't check backside first. Okay, you can see here that they did not cover down on our inside slot. He sees it. He's snapping his head. He's looking for the ball, and quarterback has already made up in his mind that he's throwing the option side. What happens here is we don't do a great job of an outside release by our receiver at the top. Allows that corner to hang a little bit. Luckily the quarterback kind of sees that and throttles him down. But again, we should have been throwing this thing to the seam over here. We have no hitch, but he still needs to look backside if we have it, and it works out. But it's not the best way it happens. Okay, here we check to this play. We're a little too tight right here, but they have given us, again, they've trying to lock this thing down. We're in 2-back, and they're trying to play an off man, so really we're just wanting our quarterback to throw that ball here to the slot on the option route. So he's breaking down. He's a little slow out of his cut, but again, we end up getting right at or near the first down there. Okay, here's a little bit in the trips when we're scrimmages. Okay, again, back to 2-back. Here we're 2 wide. We really like him to be just outside the hash. This was a checked play. He should have adjusted his alignment. But, again, first look for the quarterback, backside. And, in fact, we've gotten to where we no longer call just all stop or all hitch. We just call the option route out of 3-by-1, and that essentially gives us a good hitch route on the backside. Now we're doing it out of empty. Oh, I went too far. Excuse me. Okay, out of empty here, we're running the double option, so we're giving number 2 to this side, to the weak side, number 3 to the strong side. Both have the option. Again, the rule on our option route is the most inside receivers, the closest guy to the ball, run it. So this would be a protect fade by the weak side X. Strong side Y here would have protect fade. He's going to run the quick out, and then our tight end, and this is our running back here in the slot, they will be running, both of them running the option routes. And again, quarterback is just, it's mirrored. Hey, where's the best side? Looks like we're getting some kind of blitz over here. The possible guy that could cover down on number 2 is not in a position to cover him on the out or cover the go route. So even if this guy here doesn't blitz and he tries to run to the out, we have a chance for our guy to run by him. If the corner comes off, we have really no safety help on number 1. So he should be working the weak side here. Our receiver just says, hey, I'm into the boundary. Why don't you just give me the ball on this grass? Again, to doubles, running it down here. It's a long throw, so he shut it down in the grass. There's no overhang. Quarterback's a little late with the ball. So what we're really doing is, I know this is very cliche when you just say, hey, be a football player, make a play. I mean, it's backyard football really for this guy, and we just tell him, if you're in open grass, stay in open grass. And again, the second thing is, when in doubt, run the out. So again, going back to empty, these are our 2 option route runners here. Just sit in that window. And see here, we bubble by number 2 on the strong side. All right, let's see if I can get to some clips out of some tight end set. Okay, here we've got tight end up top. Here's our option route runner. So there's our protect fade. There's our seam. There's our hitch. Now they've run us back to the beginning. They brought their safety down here on the tight end side. He's going to treat this as middle of the field closed, and there's nobody over here on the back side. So he's going to look hitch. Is there anybody covering the seam? And then work the option on the snap. So here I think he should go to the tight end down the seam. So good job there. Same thing. I think actually here our tight end messes up. I think he thought we set the play to him, but there's no, it's zero man. So what it turns into versus that is you run the fade. If you're the best matchup, we're going to throw you the ball. You beat this guy. There should be my seam runner. And again, he's Hitch. He's not an option. So there you can see our inside receiver just beats him from the snap. You can see our tight end screwing up. Actually, our outside guy did. I don't know. Maybe we double called that. I don't remember. I know we're running option up top. Okay, here you can see an example where the backside slot really screws this up. We're running the option down here at the bottom. This guy has to get up on this safety's toes and keep him outside the hash. He's got the option now. Middle of the field is open, so he's just going to run as fast as he can. If he can snap that skinny post, he's going to do that. So here, again, good job by our option runner, poor job by our backside slot. You know, he should have, right here, see, he's going inside, and he should be out here getting up on this guy's toes. And his guy ended up getting over there and putting a lick on ours. Okay, now again, you can see it to a tight end set. First thing quarterback wants to do, find the hitch. So we're throwing the stop route. Again, our tight end is just trying to find that void. Again, back to the tight end side. Or no, excuse me, tight end's down here. Okay, well here's an example. Again, we're in tight end trips, and we're just going to throw the hitch route first. That's the first thing. You got soft coverage down here. Let's catch it and go to work. Same thing, tight end up top. I don't know, our quarterback kind of stayed down here too long. He shouldn't have even worried about that on the pre-snap. Pre-snap, it's not there. He should have been working the option side the whole way. Tight end's down here. It'll tray set. Again, throw the hitch. Stop route's there. Take it. There's no underneath coverage. Run him off. Sit that thing down. Let's throw the stop route. Now we're in a 2x2 with the tight end. They give us one high. Again, actually, we're calling the option route up top. So he has the option. This should be my hitch runner. He's down the seam. Now he does a good job of staying on that seam. You got a one high safety. Our option runner runs right by him. Quarterback had either one. Getting that a 2x2. I'd like to see our outside guy do a better job of running here. Inside slot does a good job of kind of leaning this thing back vertical just enough. But you can see by not sinking his hips and breaking and just rolling, he can get out of there a lot quicker. Again, in the tray set, we're going to go quick fake. He probably should have aborted the fake if he's working the stop side. He kind of catches himself right in the middle of showing the ball. No hitch up top. So again, there's our option runner. Play fake, pull the back. Number 2 will run the bubble. So it's a cheap way to get a little play action as well. Again, same thing, tray set, press corner. He should be on the arrow. And option route by the tight end, just find that open grass. And you can do it with the tight end offset. It's 3 yards. Again, look at the stop route. Probably should have hit the stop over here. I didn't like it. Just let this guy work. He's got off coverage. Just roll it out. Now just put a little movement with it. Again, there's our option runner. Do you have the hitch? Take it. Probably the most underutilized throw in all of football is just that 5-step stop route or hitch route. And again, all we're doing is dressing it up. Same thing. We really like to throw the hitch route or the stop route. So we put our option with it and then throw it to the guy over here and just let him work. So option route's been a really good play for us with 2x2, 3x1, empty, doing kind of just a little, a cheap play action fake as well. And hopefully it can be useful for you.